Good morning once again, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to the fake TV channel of The Lost Begotten. Today I want to discuss humanity. Why are we in these flesh bodies, skin and biology and stuff? It's a good question. The Institute for Creation Research has spent a lot of time calculating statistics, unlikelihoods, that is, regarding heliocentric interpretations of reality, but has come up with, even if you're on the heliocentric model, pretty staggering statistics. You know how they've calculated the life for the possibility, the probability for life elsewhere in the universe, supposedly? Yeah. Well, what the Institute for Creation Research did back in the 90s was calculate the probability for life on this planet. Turns out it's pretty low. See, there is, and once again, I forgot to look it up, but you can look it up. There's this 10 to the negative 32nd is considered insignificant possibility. It's considered mathematically impossible. Okay, it's not even a significant likelihood. 10 to the negative 32nd. And it was, I believe, 10 to the negative 37th was the likelihood for life elsewhere in the universe. And it wound up about 10 to the negative 28th that there would be life here. So, the likelihood just for life on this planet, especially according to the heliocentric evolutionary model, is absurd. Chances are it wouldn't happen. Then you just go to the basic principle of entropy and all systems gradually moving towards chaos. Nothing just self-organizes. Nothing ever has been observed self-organizing, yet we're supposed to base our entire foundational principle of existence on magical ball forming. And yeah, I'm calling it magical because you can't just form balls with gravity. Dust doesn't just collect itself. Okay? If dust collected itself, I wouldn't need to clean my house. But anyway, you know, it collects dust, static electricity. Electricity collects things. But as far as compressing the planet into a solid condensed state that has a solid crust and a liquid core, what you would need is about 40 times the pressure of the planet Jupiter surrounding the planet. Okay? Moving on. So let's go away from the idea of proving likelihood of life itself and let's focus on the human body. Okay? Why are we flesh? Well, there's lessons to be learned, character to be built, and intrinsic value to this form that we're in. Very, very underlooked, underreported, but irreplaceable value. Okay? And the one is just a metaphor of why you shouldn't take God for granted. And it's being thankful for what you have and not taking it for granted. Okay, like you take your house for granted until your roof gets a leak. You take your car for granted until it breaks down on the side of the road. You take your kids for granted until they act out in a public place, and you're just like, oh my God, did that just happen? You take a lot of things for granted. You take your lovers for granted. Don't give them nice things just for no reason. Don't do nice things for them just for no reason. Don't just show them that you love them. Take them for granted. Well, the way you treat yourself and the way you treat other people is determining whether or not you're taking God for granted. So, if you're not taking God for granted, You want to be thankful for the body that you're given, thankful for the lifetime that you have, and take as good a care of it as possible. Now, I know some of you are thinking, duh, don't you smoke cigarettes? Why, yes, I do. But you know what? It keeps me from murdering lots of people. And by murdering lots of people, I mean murdering lots of people. I have stress issues, okay? This is better for me than I would be without it. Trust me. I have the traffic violations to prove it. But anyway, so beyond the basics, that's pretty basic, right? See where that is. Don't take your body for granted. Don't take other people for granted, and you're not taking God for granted. And do your oil changes in your spark plug. Maintain your car, because that can lead to a whole lot of other problems if your car breaks down on you. You got a little Honda and you live in Louisiana, come see me. But most of you don't and aren't. Yeah. Fake TV, no rehearsal, no edits, no cuts, no reason for me to be waving my hand in the camera, in your face, in the fake little box that my head's stuck in. Yeah. Moving on. So, I have like numbers and everything for the different reasons for why we're made of skin and flesh and stuff. I like it. But that worm looks so delicious. Yeah, I'm done. Moving on. Back to the notes. So, let's go back to what we started with, the world. Well, how did we come up with all these conjectures about how things formed? Didn't we come up with it through basic physics, things that we can do with our bodies and then observe, things that, we can manipulate objects and observe the effects in basic physics. But more than that is chemistry. Chemistry is the foundation, the building blocks of all substance, all matter, okay? The reason why humans understand chemistry is this flesh body here, okay? So you have illness and injury. That leads to medicine, which leads to further medicine, biochemistry, study of the human body, study of different chemicals, different herbs, different extracts, different fermentations of different substances, chemicals, chemistry. And it was those chemicals that we learned about from the human body that led to most of the modern fuels and polymers, that is, different types of plastics and materials that are oil based, that are organic based, that we have today. If we didn't start exploring the human body, we would have been ill equipped to explore the rest of the planet. We would have been completely ineffective as far as anything heliocentric or otherwise, okay? Aura. I'm not the Birdman. Yeah. Wings of Justice. Caw! I just had to do that because I like to. Yeah. Moving on. Hey, you're watching this shit. What's wrong with you people? You're fucking staring at my fat head. Talking about why we're skinned. Oh, it's so enlightening to actually understand the human body. Stop fucking bitching about it. See, people who bitch about their whole life, they wind up ugly. People who wind up in a foul mood and in judgment of other people, you can see it on their face. Spend their whole life. And eventually that shit changes the way your face moves. This changes your muscles. It changes your structure. It changes your demeanor. It changes just the way you appear to other people. Your attitude is reflected. It's kind of like the Matrix's residual self-image. Only your current residual self-image is determined by, well, genetics, but mostly by past experiences before you entered into this world. But it's definitely manipulated as you grow older by your attitude and your outlook on life. So, another thing, number 3 on the newts, little baby universes. Okay. Basic spiritual physics of Christianity. If you need to take notes, now's the time. Christ, via humanity, as in entering into a human body, okay, his human body, his human mind, his human consciousness is what created this universe. Okay? So, to achieve that Christ-like state, to ascend, to earn salvation, is to become one of God's children, a little baby universe unto yourself. Now, that has to do with the stars and what they really are, and that has to do with what I refer to as manifestoral reality, metaphysical, metaphorical, manifestoral reality. All those things pretty much apply. So it doesn't really matter if I say all of them. Yeah, that's my excuse for stuttering just now. Moving on. Clean cut, move down. Oh, number 4 was, what's that? It reflects your karma. It reflects your attitude, just like what I was talking about. If you're mean, you get nerve problems, heart problems. If you're sad, you get blood flow problems. You gain weight. You just start thinking about yourself. You get selfish. You get fat. It's just me all the time. Oh, I don't feel good. I want to eat some more food. I'm not talking about people with thyroid problems, but most people say they have thyroid problems don't have fucking thyroid problems. They have problems putting down the fucking Twinkies, don't they? Now, I feel perfectly comfortable criticizing fucking people who are gluttonous, okay? Because I have proven that modern understanding of how often you need food is completely flawed, and it is very much a new industrial concept. If somebody's a parent, for instance, you don't need to eat as much as your children. Like, I mean, chances are before you had kids, you'd gained a little bit of body fat. That shit, if you just eat basic nutrition and keep yourself alive, you'll be in good shape. You'll be exercised. You'll be healthy. I mean, like, I'm not trying to show off, but I don't have to put forth a whole lot of effort. But it's not just about calories and carbs, okay? It's about toxins. All these different preservatives, all these different bullshit chemicals that you find in food because it needs to go through the distribution chain. You know, I was in the grocery business, okay? Like, I grew up working at a grocery store, basically. Among my many millions of fucking other jobs, it seems. The food supply chain needs these preservatives, okay? And there's no real better solution for them. I mean, people can bitch all they want that they exist, but the fact is, if you don't overconsume, if you're not unintelligent about it, you're going to be just fine. See, when you go through the holidays and you get that little love handles kicking, you know, the following summer, when you work that fat off, you're also releasing the toxins, okay? But the more fat you build up, the more of those trace minerals and toxins are just finding places to go in your body. This leads to different blood disorders. This leads to different cancers. This can lead to all kinds of health problems. Health problems. My jaw was broken in two places on one side, once on the other. So yeah, occasionally my jaw locks up when I'm trying to speak. So I can't really talk just right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See? Yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah. I'm done. I'm done. I said I was done earlier, but I was clearly not being very, very foresightful. Yeah. So, number 5, mutual fragility. See, between God and man, for interaction or for just communion, not just basic interaction, communion, a parent would want to commune with their child, not blot them out of existence just by their presence. Okay, so the fragility of God in Christ's form is necessary from God's perspective. Okay, the whole way this universe works with the little baby universes, all of this is necessary for what God wants. And you know what? If he's God, maybe he could have once too every now and again. I'm grateful little fucking respect, respect, leadership, leadership, leadership. See, between man and man, there has to be fragility. Otherwise, there would just be endless battles, endless ego, endless pointlessness. One extreme or the other. Endless pointlessness. If nobody could be harmed, nobody would ever learn to be considerate. If one group of people couldn't be harmed, one group of people could. Pointless dominance. See, everybody has to be on sort of an equal playing field. Otherwise, all the lessons, all the beauty in your life is gone. And you are left with an eternity of boredom. And I know from experience that an eternity of boredom is fucking boring. So, compassion. What would you know of compassion if the human body wasn't capable of being harmed? Kindness. If you didn't have compassion, what would you know of kindness? What would you be able to do for another person if you were all just godly and metaphysical beings? Just got to grow up. Just got to be created universes instead of having to grow up as little baby universes. Yeah. And well, another thing that the human body gives you is the choice to not give a fuck about any of these things, to just be an asshole and be selfish all the time. Free will itself not only depends on you having a human body, but it depends on that which created you having a human body. Now, the rules as far as mortality goes, that's a whole different story. The ability to heal the human body has been brainwashed away. It is a result of mutual manifestorial reality that you still die. You all think you're going to die, so you're all dying. But if you change your perspective, live a life of faith, it only takes about 3 generations for a massive paradigm shift like this to occur. Once the news is spread, once people can start raising their children without all this bullshit satanic brainwashing, 3 generations from now, your great grandkids will be raised without knowing that they're just waiting to die. Imagine that. Seems like a fucking fantasy, doesn't it? Well, guess what? If you think it's a fantasy, you're denying the words of Christ. John 3:16. Some of you might not know that, so I guess I should go ahead and say it. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever should believe in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Now, what is a begotten? If you look in the Bible, the begotten is the inherited Son. And if you look into certain Gnostic sects and certain interpretations of the Bible, begotten is the Son in which the Father is reincarnated into. Your consciousness doesn't necessarily enter your body at any specific time when you're young. It comes and goes for the first 4 or 5 years. Some go different places than others. So that's about it. Stop bitching about your human body. There's things that you can do about it. Okay. Now, while what I'm talking about as far as the immortality objective would take a whole lot of spiritual strength on your part to achieve in this lifetime, this really is something to think about for people who just kind of know that you're not going to be able to do it. You should still have faith. You should still let God decide your life and stop letting science do it for you. You have free will. Respect the one who gave it to you. If you like this video, click the little thing. If you haven't subscribed already and you want to hear more of my random babbling, there's a little button right there. Click subscribe. Everything be cool. Can you hear those kids? They're I don't know what they're doing. I'm about to go find out though. Thanks for watching the Fake TV channel. Bye bye.